Alright, hello, and welcome to video number 11, 3DS playthrough of Ocarina of Time. One thing I've always wondered about this, why is this remake called Ocarina of Time 3D? The game has always been in 3D from the beginning. It was the first 3D Zelda game. So, saying Ocarina of Time 3D doesn't really... Like, no kidding. I mean, it's not like they remade A Link to the Past in 3D. That would be worthy of mentioning the 3D aspect. But here... Anyways... Not that big a deal, just something I always wonder every time I see that title screen. Ocarina of Time 3D. Really? Picking up where I left off last time. Hopefully completing the BigGoron sword trading sequence, barring any unforeseen setbacks. Last time I went to Gerudo Valley to exchange the saw for a broken sword. Now I get to go to Patch's Crazy Restorate. Oh wait a minute, no, that's Oracle of Ages. Never mind. Nope, now I go to the top of Death Mountain. Still say this village theme sounds a little better than A Link to the Past. Shut up, Navi. Don't want to hear from you. I don't want to see you either. Tektite, go away. Could take that bean shortcut up, but this time since... Whoa! Hello there. Since I'm not timed this time, take the route you'd have to take if you didn't think ahead and plant that bean there as a kid. That shortcut wouldn't be open, so you'd have to take the long way up. Now, yeah, we can't exactly crouch and hide under the shield like we did as a kid. So now there really is no protection against this. Just gotta kind of run and take your lumps, I guess, which is probably why another one of the multitude of reasons people wait until later to do this. As there will be a point in the game where these eruptions are no longer happening here, making this trip a little safer. But again, I don't want to wait that long. He wasn't here before as a kid. Oh, you think so, huh? Okay, let's show him this. that we got from the Carpenter and Gerudo Valley last time. Mm-hmm. Caught you in a fib. Your work obviously ain't any better than your brother's. Yours is defective too. Ha 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 ha. Yesterday's eruptions. Yeah. For the longest time, I took this dialogue to mean something more storyline that happens after one of the later dungeons, meaning you couldn't even do this part of the side quest until then. Obviously, I was wrong, but. Okay, so we gotta go see King Zora, huh? Okay. Ouch. Surprising I didn't break both my legs there. Again, what is it with Zelda games and rocks falling on my head? Seems like every single Zelda game ever made has that at some point. Alright, so we need to go see King Zora. Okay. Take a little travel shortcut to get there. Of course, now that I have the Song of Storms. Actually, yeah, I might as well do that while I'm thinking about it, since I probably won't be back up here anytime. Well, yeah. See, what was that again? Lucky guess. Nothing more. I could try to fib you and say it was memory, but yeah, I'd only be kidding myself. Well, however that goes. 200 rupees. Not that I'm gonna really need rupees since I prefer bottled berries over potions anyways. No, I'm not gonna do much here in Goron City right now. Let's see, I think that's on the next floor. Oh, I think that's on this floor. Yep, right here. Shortcut back to the Lost Woods. From here. This shortcut to Zora's River. Now, a couple Skulltula tokens I could get now. Well, it has to be nighttime, of course, but that's easy enough to fix. Just play the sun song. Instant night. Now, somewhere around here, I think. No, okay, well, just be careful not to jump off the side of the fence. Yeah, there it is. And if you're standing on the fence as I am, you're just barely within reach. Well, when the game decides. If this fence wasn't here, you'd have to wait until later to get this one when you get the hookshot upgrade. Without the extra height from that fence, yeah, your hookshot wouldn't quite stretch far enough to reach that one. Okay, now watch where I'm going, because I don't want to miss this ledge. Climb up this ladder. Oh shoot, morning. Get that quick before it disappears with it. Okay, what the hell? Why is my hookshot acting up? Okay, couple extra sculptulas. Actually, now that I think about it, since I'm here now with the Sun Song, or the Song of Time and the Song of Storms, could do that. And I'll save that frog hoyer thing for later. I don't feel like trying to do that high-speed Ocarina song right now anyway. A song that you gotta play as fast as possible with absolutely no mistakes whatsoever. I don't feel like doing that crap right now, so plenty of time for that. Open this up. Alright, time to see King's... What the hell happened here? Winter Wonderland. Of course. Many fan theories about this whole setup. How it happened storyline wise. And within game production, why it still is this way. As anybody who's familiar with the backstory of the game's creative process, that this should probably knows by now that this game was originally made for the short-lived N64 disk drive add-on. But since that peripheral was such a miserable failure in Japan, it was never ported outside of Japan, so they reworked the game for N64 cartridge. Especially back in those days, the difference between a CD and cartridge storage space was phenomenal, which is why Final Fantasy VII didn't work on N64 and had to be brought to the PlayStation. During that transition, at least 2 dungeons, according to director Shigeru Miyamoto, were deleted entirely. Fan theory dictates that one of them was shortened down drastically. Oh, wait a minute. Too busy talking and not paying attention to what I'm doing here. Has to be nighttime for that. Fan theory dictates that potential spoiler alert being I haven't been that far into the game quite yet, but what we now know as the Ice Cavern and have for 24 years since this game was released, was originally supposed to be an all-out ice dungeon like the Ice Pyramid in A Link Between Worlds, Ice Ruins in A Link Between Worlds, or the Ice Palace in A Link to the Past. Fan theory, that's why the so-called water medallion looks like it has a snowflake on it instead of a raindrop. And as for game design, I personally think they left this icy because otherwise the last stretch of this side quest I'm currently on, you could just warp from Lake Hylia back to here. There'd be no sense in that, trying to go across the world in under 4 minutes part of the side quest if you could just use this underwater warp that was here when you were a kid, or when Link was during the child portion of the game. Anyways, wait a minute, what am I doing? I still gotta unthaw him, which is, by the way, why you need the bottle of blue fire. Actually, before I do that, something that's always bugged me about this, and so far nobody's really been able to answer it on anything other than just a theoretical discussion kind of answer. Whatever happened to Jabu Jabu? You know, that large whale fish thing that was the third dungeon of the game? Whatever happens to him? I don't think they ever say that within the game dialogue itself. As far as I know, none of the developers who worked on the game have ever commented on that. Some fans theorize that we are now basically now standing on him, that he's under this ice block. Personally, I kind of doubt that. I mean, that was a large fish. That was, big enough to be the third dungeon of the game. I don't think this ice block is quite big enough for that. Most fans think he died at some point between during the 7-year gap. Anyways, yeah, just okay. Items. Blue fire. Oops. Of course, if I wanted to sequence break, the dungeon where you get a free supply of this, as much of it as you need, is in that area I was just in at the tail end of it. The ice cave. Could have just got some of that for free, but like I said, I don't want it. Normally I might consider that, but for playthrough purposes, I'm going through it in suggested order, which means I don't go through that for quite a while yet, till after the next 2 dungeons. So... yeah, I just did. Didn't you see me? Oh yeah, this part. Video game logic is about to strike again. We have problems breathing underwater. So he gives us a tunic, basically a shirt. Wear this shirt to breathe underwater. How is this supposed to help you breathe underwater? I don't see scuba gear attached to this thing. Oxygen tank and whatnot. Damn you, video game logic. Anyways, now for what I'm here for. Oh, you have the ingredients. Okay. Sure. I take them to Lake Hylia in under 3 minutes. So, at least somewhat knowledge of the world map is very helpful for this, as would having Epona. Not necessarily vital, not going to make the difference between success or failure, but you'll probably be cutting it awful close without Epona to cut Hyrule field travel time down to a minimum. Of course, getting stuck like that ain't going to help my playthrough any either. As a kid, you could swim through here going a little faster, but since I'm taller now, my feet reach the bottom and I just walk through slower. Oh well. There we go. I'll go away, Octorok. Don't make me kill you. Actually, I don't have the time for that right now anyways. Alright. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, turn around. There you go. time. What am I worried about? Stressing myself out here. I still got over a minute yet. Don't really care much for time segments in games. I mean, like in Final Fantasy VII, that beginning sequence where you got 10 minutes, that's a little redundant. Usually only needs like half of that time at the most. Okay, stop. Alright. Hello. Oh yeah? Yeah, I met her earlier during this same side quest. Yeah, since Zora's domain froze over. When or how, they don't say. And the explanation they do give in-game doesn't make much sense. And as usual, I'll elaborate on that a little further when I'm in the ice cave, but... Another time segment. And this is the one I've been talking about on and off again, quite regularly throughout the playthrough. We gotta go from here to the BigGoron on the summit of Death Mountain in under 4 minutes. And on a glitch-free, cheatless playthrough, I don't think that trip is possible without either Epona to cut Hyrule Field travel time down to a bare minimum, or that magic bean in front of the Dodongo's Cavern second dungeon planted, or both, preferably, but at least one or the other. So I highly doubt on a glitchless playthrough you're gonna make it from here all the way across Hyrule Field, all the way up Death Mountain in under 4 minutes time, on foot the whole trip. I mean, I suppose it could be done, but somehow I doubt that. I was just gonna say, don't just run into the fences, jump over them this time. Not like on the way in. Of course, that was my fault, but still. Yeah, see, look, I'm already almost there. If I was walking on foot, I wouldn't even be half this distance yet. And I already showed how long it takes to walk from here to the summit of Death Mountain, where that BigGoron is, without that shortcut. So, yeah. Again, I just don't see this part of the side quest being doable, so to speak, without either Epona or that magic bean, preferably both. But at least one of them, take your pick. By the way, don't go trying to tell me in the comments that you can do that unless you got a video proving it. I don't want to hear it or read it. Anyways, since I'm now being timed this time, my little magic bean shortcut. Not much of a shortcut perhaps, but still, when you're being timed, every little bit helps. Hey, where are you? There you are. Already been there, dude. Here you go. Dang, that's quite an echo. A few days. Okay. First of all, just in case my game freezes up like it did in the last video for that treasure chest with the hook shot, having to redo that entire video over again because of it. Alright. Now, you could wait around for 3 days, go do something else somewhere else and come back, or just play the Sun Song 6 times. Foreshadowing for Majora's Mask, the song a double time to get to 6 p.m. on the final night. From the start of a new day. Well, that is the N64 original of Majora's Mask. The song a double time is a little different than the 3DS version, since it doesn't just take you to 6 p.m. or 6 a.m., but any hour on the hour within that day. Which is much more efficient for the Andrew and Taffy side quest. Can breeze right through that thing. Impatient nothing, you're slow. It's been what, 2 days already? How long does it take to forge a sword, especially for someone your size? Cool. Side quest completed. Strongest weapon in the game. Sweet. Oops. Keep forgetting I'm not... I can't do it that way. The only potential bad thing about this you can't use your shield, well, so you gotta put the sword away if you need to use your shield to deflect anything. But yeah, cool. Of course, again, like I've said, a lot of people wait until later to do that. You can get the event of the ice cave and had 3 samples of the blue fire. You don't have to pay $300 for it. And this is no longer happening along this stretch. But like I also said before, there's just something with me about sword upgrades in Zelda games. It's not enough that I get them, but that I do so as soon as it's possible, legitimately possible to do so. Even if it means paying extra money for an item, or leaving a dungeon early. Anyways. Speaking of dungeons. Ah, dang it. When will I ever... Well, as long as I did. Hold on. Alright. What was that again? No. Oops. What? Alright then. And that's going to do it for this video. I'm trying to keep the dungeons on a whole video and not break dungeon play up between videos. So, see you next time for the first adult era dungeon of the game. Bye for now and thanks for watching. See ya.